Good evening, all. Good evening, dear members of Electrical, Electronic, and Telecommunication Engineering Sectional Committee who are joining with us today online and physically in Navisary Studio ISL, and all the other members who are joining with us today. Good evening, everyone, and warm welcome to our resource person today, Engineer Dr. Prashanthan. He is one of a key person in the field of data science who is doing own research and working as a data science engineer in leading telecommunication company in Sri Lanka. So today we are going to discuss yet another very important topic, which is a very timely and useful topic in the current context. The current digital transformation context is giving a lot of opportunities and impact to the each and every sectors and the industries in the country as well as around the world. So today our discussion is focus on artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science. And we are going to discuss how these concepts are connecting each other. So we have invited one of our most suitable person to discuss this topic today. So let me first introduce him to the audience, and then I'll give him the control of the flow, and he will deliver the session today. Dr. Engineer Prashanthan received his BSc Engineering degree from University of Moratuwa and Master of Business Administration degree from Open University Sri Lanka and postgraduate diploma in professional marketing from SIMA, UK, and Doctor of Business Administration from Malaysia. Currently, he is reading a Master of Science in Data Science, and he is certified in Project Management Professional, PMI USA, and Azure AI Fundamentals and Cybersecurity as well. He is also an AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate. He is a chartered engineer in ISL and IET. He is currently working in a leading telecommunication company in Sri Lanka, having more than a decade of experience in the field of telecommunication and data science. So we are very much privileged to have you today in ISL. On behalf of Electrical, Electronic and Telecommunication Engineering Section Committee and IESL, I want to again welcome and give the floor to you to conduct this program ahead. Over to you, Dr. Engineer Prashant.
Okay, thank you, Dushanda. Hope you can hear me. I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you very much for your introduction. So this topic is basically to understand, not in depth technical. So it's like everyone these days talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning, and some people who are in that field, they are talking about the deep learning. And if you look at the students and universities, they are talking about data science. So I thought to make a awareness of how these concepts are interconnected, because we have to have a clear demarcation on this. So that's what I am coming up with this topic. So we can continue with the today's content is like first I'm going to explain what is artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning and data science. So after that, we are going to connect with some real world applications, how these all concepts are connected together, and how the real data science is going to interconnect with this whole concept. Okay. So audience can interact with me through, even you can talk anytime or you can chat with me. So anyone like to answer for this question? So how frequently do you interact with AI technology in your daily life? So Dushyant, how frequent you are interacting?
It's like every day, every time, right?
So anybody with rare or never, or anyone occasionally? So you can type your answer A, B, C, or D. Because I want to find someone who is A and B. Okay. So even though we are talking AI these days, AI started in 1960s. So that's a history from 1960s, 70s, before 1960s, nearly 1960s, AI, artificial intelligence. So technologies come from computer science. So from that onwards, the each and every time there's ups and downs in the innovations happen. So currently, because of the boom of this internet era, now we are talking, everyone talking about this AI. So almost regularly and almost constantly we are using AI because of some tools. So we will go through some tools, the basic tools of AI. So with the daily life. So you can see the Google search engine. So Google search engine, you can, whenever you type something, so here I try to type ISL, then it will give you some suggestions. And these days you all are talking about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is like a good friend of mine. So if I want to get anything, just ask or just type and it will give some answers. But answers may be correct or wrong. It's a different thing, but it will give some answer. If it is not able to give answer, it will tell you, okay, I'm not able to give for some reasons. And we all use Google Lens. So Google Lens are like from uh, text, how you can extract the text from the hard copy. So just get the photograph and photograph to text. And we are using surveillance and security everywhere. If you see the big cities and supermarkets, even if you go through some railway stations and all around the world, they are having some advanced level of security and surveillance to monitor. And we have some, we always use the maps. So Google Maps, even you can go through the Uber. So everyone using Uber. So Uber predicting some distance and some different ways and how different vehicles, and based on the traffic condition, it both Google Map and Uber giving some prediction for us. So these are the basic AI, not basic, it's a daily life AI which we are interacting every day. So how many of you use Netflix? Or even Netflix or Amazon Prime? Because this Netflix is one of the advanced AI system which we are using now. It's a recommended system we call. So what it done, it will observe your behavior and analyze you and gives you recommendation. So based on your history and what are the films you watch, what time you are watching, what kind of content you are watching, based on that, it will give you some recommended movies to you. At last, but always we are using social media. So social media is one of the best tool where AI play its part. So we will see how the AI playing with social media to alter human behavior. So when I browsing, I found a video which is produced by Netflix regarding social media. Hope it will help you to find how the social media targeting us with AI. So if you are regularly using a smartphone, you are interacting with AI, whether you know it or not. So this is a reality. So we all are living with AI. That's a reality, but we don't know what is good AI, bad AI, because AI is AI. So at end of the presentation, you can realize what is good or bad. It's depend on us and how we input. Okay, let's continue. So why AI? So what is the purpose of artificial intelligence? Because human have intelligence. Why we need AI? with us. Because in some certain point, human realize that machines are not equal to human. So then the human want to increase the intelligence of machines. So that's what AI come into play. So AI automates repetitive learning and discover through data. So it's very important point. It's when you are repetitive learning is a important part of AI. And AI adds intelligence. So somehow the AI is not equal to human, but compared to some human, it's more than intelligent than human. And AI analyze more than deeper data. So when analytical skill, the AI have more power than human. And AI achieves incredible accuracy. So when come to accuracy in the sense, if you want to predict or if you want to decide making some decisions, it has high accuracy capable. And AI 24/7. So you don't need to pay overtime. You don't need to have any incentive schemes. So AI is 24/7. So if you want to do any job to done, it can be work for 24/7 basis. And it will help you to reduce manpower. So in terms of whether we can argue that's a right or wrong, but this is why AI into market. Okay. So this person you may aware, if you are in AI field, you must aware of this gentleman. He is Dr. Andrew Ng. He's like father of machine learning. He developed a lot of courses and he is like a scientist. So he said AI is the new electricity. So why? So why we need new electricity? That was the reason. So about 100 years ago, electricity transferred every major industry. So same like AI going to change every industry in future. So that's what he said. AI is a new electricity. So if you compare how the industries are going to change with AI, so this is the market share. How each industry, including healthcare, finance, manufacturing, business and legal, semiconductor, retail. So all the going to transform with this AI. That's what he said, that AI is a new electricity. So if you look into this graph, how the market value of AI going to increase. So currently we are in 2024 with the 300 billions of USD. So we're going to target in 2030, it's going to almost double, more than double. So all part of AI, including computer vision, AI robotics and machine learning, and natural language processing going to increase the revenue. So specifically machine learning, it's going to be a high market value in AI. Okay. So everyone talking about AI, but we have to know what is fundamentally AI means, because there's a definition for AI, which is defined by European Commission. So the AI refers to system designed by human. That's very important. The system designed by human and given a complex goal. So you can't create AI for everything. It should be a complex goal to achieve and act in the physical or digital world. So even you can act as a physical world or digital world, perceiving the environment. So environment is very important part of AI, and they're going to interpret the collected structured data or unstructured data. So structured data like tabular data, like in the tables, and unstructured data like audios, videos, and other kinds of data, which is collected through environment. So very important part is reasoning and decision making. So that's what AI for. So the human, we are in the front because of decision making and reasoning. So AI will be replaced soon with the reasoning and decision making part. And deciding the best action to take to achieve the given goal. That's very important. So if you are designing an AI, so you have a goal. So end of the development, the AI should achieve the given goal, so not other goals. So that's very important. So mostly AI we can divide into different category like weak AI and strong AI and super AI. So, but definition is like that. AI must be developed, designed by humans. But currently there are some AI system, it can adjust with environment. So it will learn from the environment and adjust the action based on the previous behavior. So if you come, if you put into that diagram, the how that definition, so you have an environment. So environment, you are going to perceive. So the AI has sensors. From the sensors, you're going to transfer data for reasoning and decision making. So after decision making, there's a actuators. So actuators going to take action, the action going back to environment. So sensors mean, even if I mention as a sensor, the camera, microphone, keyboards, websites, other devices. Even sensors and physical quantities can be a sensors. Actuators, physical or software. So physical mean you can see some robots with arms and like that. And software, we all know that websites and other softwares. Okay. So we all know how to clean our floors. So sometimes we bore with this job because it's every day we have to do as a repetitive job. So how AI can help us with that? Go through this video and then we will come back.
Keeping your home beautifully clean every day is hard but important work. Dust, dirt, and hair build up everywhere. So for cleaner floors throughout your entire home, at the push of a button, meet the iRobot Roomba 980 vacuum cleaning robot, the power to change the way you clean. The Roomba 980 is your cleaning partner, designed to help you stay ahead of everyday mess. Thanks to its advanced iAdapt 2.0 navigation system, the 980 seamlessly navigates an entire level of your home, moving effortlessly from room to room and from surface to surface. Working non-stop for up to 2 hours, recharging and continuing automatically if necessary until your home is beautifully clean. A full suite of sensors and a visual localization system help the Roomba 980 map your home as it cleans, so it always knows exactly where it is, where it's been, and where it needs to go next. Unlike other vacuum cleaning robots, the Roomba is designed for real homes, inspired by the experiences of over 13 million Roomba owners. Its low-profile design enables it to clean under furniture. A spinning side brush gently sweeps wall edges and corners. It expertly avoids stairs, deals with clutter, and hunts down dirt and dust wherever it hides, before performing a final edge clean for the perfect finish. Beneath its calm exterior, the Roomba 980's cleaning system is hard at work. It automatically increases power on carpets and rugs, delivering up to 10 times the air power for an even deeper clean. The AeroForce 3-stage cleaning system balances the 3 components of effective vacuuming: agitation, brushing, and suction. And thanks to the new iRobot Home app, your powerful cleaning partner is always ready to go. You can start, schedule, and monitor the 980 from just about anywhere at any time. In short, the Roomba 980 takes care of all the hard work on the floor, leaving you free to take care of the other things life sends your way. For beautifully vacuumed floors every day, throughout your home, the Roomba 980, the power to change the way you clean.
Okay, from the example, you can see the floor is our environment. So how whether environment is clean or not, we can decide as a human, but it's a bit complex part for a robot. So we have to decide whether clean or not. So robot has a camera. So AI system has a camera and it can get the pictures and images going to transfer for decision making to check whether the floor is clean or not. So if it is clean, it's not going to take any action. If it is not clean, it's going to give a signal to the actuator. So here actuator is a vacuum cleaner. So vacuum cleaner going to do the action to clean the floor. So this is simple example how the real problem is converted to AI with the help of this AI system. Okay, now you at least you understand what is AI. Now we have to move the components of AI. So if you look into this illustration, so you see artificial intelligence, and then you can see the machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of AI. So there's AI and there's machine learning. So without machine learning, you can't see the AI. So AI and machine learning are always together. That's a point of view. So, but we talk about robotics, computer vision, speech recognition, and natural language processing, and object detection, object recognitions, pattern recognition. These all are some subset of artificial intelligence. So main part is machine learning. So what is machine learning? So previously, what we do programming. So explicitly we do programming with developers, programmers. They write a lot of codings. So at the point, the scientists found that the computer can learn itself. The machines can learn itself. So the machine learning is defined as the study and construction of programs that are not explicitly programmed, but learns pattern as they are exposed to more data over time. So when more data is exposed to a machine, the machine itself learn from the data, and it will capture patterns. Sometimes we need to help with labeling. So machine learning is a process. So there's a flow. So basically we can start with a problem statement. So then you have to collect the data. So data collection and data exploration and pre-processing, because even though you have collected data, you have to make sure the data is a quality one. And you have to prepare the quality data as a proper data. And you have to modeling and fine-tuning. That's a learning part. So you have to feed the machine and teach the machine. Then you have to validate. So even though you are teaching, you have to validate the machine, whether it is right or wrong. Then you have to decision making. So this is the general flow of machine learning. So machine learning, we can categorize into 3. So mainly 3, but some, even if you go through some textbook, it can have 4 categories. So one is unsupervised learning and supervised learning, and also reinforcement learning. Sometimes you may see some semi-supervised learning, which is the combination of supervised and unsupervised. So these are categories. So in categories, there are many techniques. So illustration you can see from regression and classifications are techniques of supervised learning. Clustering and association rules are techniques of unsupervised learning. So in other layer, in below that, we have algorithms. So algorithms are the programs which is carry out this task step by step. So there are multiple algorithms. Even we can, myself or even yourself also can develop algorithm to meet specific tasks. That's how the machine learning runs. So when it comes to the supervised learning, it's like human, we're going to supervise the data. So we are going to assign some label. So everyone we have emails. So we have email, and every email have a spam folder. So you can see some spam folder. Why it's so sometimes you automatically receive some email to the spam folder, but which are very important to you. So there's no, you don't know the reason. So supervised learning work in that way. So we have email. What we initially we are doing based on our previous emails, we are assigning each email whether it is spam or ham. So spam mean it's a, we have to, sometime it become a like a virus or something, or some unwanted emails. Ham is important email. So again, we are teaching the machine, these are the mails are spam, these are the ham. Okay. Then what will happen when it's come to the new email, the machine will decide whether it is spam or ham. Then it will send you your inbox or your spam mail. So that's how the supervised learning works. But when you have more emails to the system, the algorithm gets better in classification. So the accuracy is high when you have more data. So unsupervised learning, here we are not going to label anything. So in previous example, we label, okay, this is spam. So this is, we teach the algorithm, these are the categories. But here we are not going to teach anything, but the algorithm itself learn the patterns. So for example, if I am doing a business, I have a list of customers, but I don't know how to segment them. So based on their behaviors, their locations, so there are some criteria we call features. So I don't know how to segment. So I can get the support of machine learning to segment. So how I can do? I can get the raw data and fit into the algorithm. Then algorithm learn and find some hidden pattern, and it will segment, like segment A, segment B, segment C. It will cluster the data. It's called clustering. So this is the example of unsupervised learning. So when you have more data and more attributes the algorithm learn, your accuracy of categorization clustering is high. So that is the beauty of machine learning. Okay, next one, reinforcement learning. So what is reinforcement learning? Reinforcement learning is like babies. So how the baby learn from the environment. So it takes some action, sometimes fell down, and when it get pain, sometimes it will not repeat again. So same thing. So reinforcement learning, it's a agent. We have an agent, and it will learn from the errors and trial and errors. So first we have a base policy, an agent will work according to that. If it is get reward, it will perform correct action. If it is get penalty, it will get wrong action. So like that, it will learn from the environment and adjust the behavior. That's called reinforcement learning. So this is an example of reinforcement learning. So we can see on agent. So when agent see fires, what it has to do? It has to take some water and come with the water. But here, agent coming without water. So what happened? It getting the penalty. So minus 50 point penalty. So again, next time when see the fire, the agent will do the right thing. So this is how reinforcement learning works. Okay. So now we learn about machine learning and categories of machine learning like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. So every time can we use this machine learning? Because real world have a lot of problems. In real world, we have to solve the problems. So in every problem, machine learning is capable of doing that. So if you ask me, I will say no. Because there are some problems, there are some patterns the human not recognize. So there are some data, it's a continuously sequence of data. So we are expecting some actions. So there are some data, which is sequence of data, and each situation, we are expecting some different actions. So in this kind of scenario, the machine learning will not useful to us. So then the deep learning come into the play. So this is how deep learning emerge. So what is deep learning? Deep learning is a part of subset of machine learning. So we already knew there are some tasks which can't be done with machine learning. So we are going with deep learning. So here's one example, simple example. So if you give this image to machine learning and let machine learning to find whether it is cat or dog, is it possible? It is a bit difficult task for machine learning. So there are some reason. So what is deep learning? Before we go into the practical of deep learning, we have to understand how our brain works. So we all have brain. So within brain, we have neural network. So neural network is a combination of the connection of neurons. There are single neurons connected together as a network and build a neural network. So if you take a single neuron, it has an input, output, and also aggregation point, and there's a path to transfer the data. This is our neurons work. So from the real brain scenario, the artificial neural network developed. So artificial neural network, it copies, mimics brain the way network acquire knowledge from its environment. So you can see from left and right, there's a two images. So one is real brain neurons. Second one is artificial neural network, which we are using for deep learning concept. So here you can see the input, output, same like we have inputs and output, sum and activation function, which are equally distributed. This is simple neural network. But in deep learning, we are not using simple neural network. We are using a complex neural network with the multiple inputs, multiple outputs, and there are many hidden layers. So which we call deep neural networks. So deep learning is machine learning. Obviously, that's a machine learning. Involves using very complicated models called deep neural networks. So that's the definition of deep learning. So what is the specialty of deep learning? In the deep learning, the model determines the best representation of original data. So what happened to machine learning? In machine learning, human must do that. So in previous example, I explained that email. So the human should assign whether this email is spam or ham. So in deep learning, we don't want to do anything. The deep learning algorithm itself will do that. That's a specialty of deep neural network. So this is an example. So we have input. From the input machine learning, the human will do feature extraction. So feature means its attributes. And then it will do the classification or any other action based on the requirement, and it will give the output. But think about the millions of records, millions of mails. How human can do the extraction? How can do it? It's a high costly and it will take more programming and more develop. We have to have a lot of energy and time. But when it comes to the deep learning, it's a not much difficult task. It will do very simply. So here you can see the changes in neural network. So in 1980s, artificial neural network and current deep learning neural network. So here you can see the example of an image as an input, and we have to find out who is the gentleman. So here you can see input layers, and from the input layer, there are some hidden layers based on the features. So hierarchical features, so it will automatically detect the hidden layers, and then finally it will give the output layer. This is a simple deep learning neural network. So currently what we are using for, based on this neural network, we see as a parameters. But currently we are using as that ChatGPT and Google. These all are very complex neural networks with millions of parameters. So deep learning help us to from machine learning to the next level. So how it will help us? So deep learning shows some exceptional performance to dealing with larger data set. So if you have large data set with billions of records, billions of images, deep learning is the most suitable one. And data has described a lot of examples, and each need a appropriate action. So different examples, different actions. So we need a deep learning. And data that describes sequence of many different situations, then see the results. So if you are sequential result, we can't extract the features. So human can't do that. Then we need the support of deep learning. And patterns, human that not recognized before. So if humans not recognized before, then we need a deep learning techniques to find out that. Okay, hope you understood AI, machine learning, and deep learning. So now we are going to into the data. Since the AI is new electricity, data is the new oil. So data is the new oil is defined in World Economic Forum 2011. Because from the data, we can extract knowledge. We can extract knowledge. From the knowledge, we can decision make, and then we can develop our businesses. So that's why they define as a data is the new oil. So what is data science? So we all heard about data science. So what is data science? So data science is a interdisciplinary field. So this is not a specific field. There are multiple disciplines together develop as a field. It's a data science. Utilizing scientific methods, algorithms, and process to extract insight from data. So here is a keyword. You have to extract insight from data. That's called data science. Employing statistical analysis, machine learning, and data visualization. So here in the picture, you can see the data science is a one side computer science, other side mathematics and domain expertise, also statistical research, machine learning, and data pre-processing. So these are the components of data science. But data science is a process. Like machine learning, data science is a process which is developed from the cross-industry standard process of data mine. There's a base model. It has a process mean we have separate steps. Like we have to understand the business, data understanding, data preparation, modeling, evaluation, and deployment. So these are the steps as a general process of data science. But these are not a linear equations. These are always circular and feedback relevant equations. So we have to always give feedback and correct it. It's like a circle. Okay. So how this AI, machine learning and deep learning as well as data science interconnected. So this is the objective of this presentation. Let's say we are human. So what human do? We have numerical data. So we can analyze, identify patterns, and make decisions based on numerical data. Machines have machine learning and deep learning. That's it. For the numerical data, machines using machine learning and deep learning. And we have text and audio data. Human can listen and speak. So if the machine want to mimic human, they need machine learning and natural language processing. And third, we have image and video data. So human can see and recognize. For machines, they need computer vision and deep learning to see and recognize. So these are the categories of data we have. So which human can easily understand and we can take the decision. But to machines, they have to get clarity about data and studies, because without the clarity, they can't do the interpretation. So machines have machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing and computer vision. But machine has to understand the data. So that's we call data science. So data science will help to understand or give clarity about a data to machine to act as a human. So that's a part, the vital part is done by data science. So this is the interconnection. The AI to incorporate human behavior and intelligence into machine or system. Machine learning is a method to learn from data or past experience. So they can learn from the data or past experience, which automates analytical model building. And deep learning is a computation through multi-layer neural network and processing. That's a part of deep learning. And data science provide the fuel for deep learning and machine learning algorithm learn to make better decision as the data quality and quantity increase. So that's how the four concepts interconnected. Okay, so now we are ready to move to applications. So my first case study, so we all know this brand, Tesla. So Tesla is the pioneer in autopilot, making autopilot the autonomous car. So as a case study I took to explain how these four concepts are interconnected, why it is important of data science in this AI. So from the example, so how AI interacting? What is the purpose of AI here? So as a normal, we are driving the car, as a human can drive car. So what the AI part here, the AI want to do? AI want to act as a human. So it has to get the perception and understanding. So when you are driving, you have to understand what objects are in front or what kind of cars are there, whether what traffic patterns are there, and you have to make decision. How you are about steering, braking, and acceleration. So these are the decision making the human is doing. So this kind of thing AI has to do. The efficient navigation and it has to follow traffic rules. Then when come to machine learning, how it help to this AI? Machine learning helping with model training and optimization. Because when come to, if you take a street, so there are a lot of objects, traffic patterns. So we have to predict there's a behaviors, human, even the pedestrian behavior, vehicle behaviors. So this all has to train, because the AI car should understand this is the pattern. And also there's a reinforcement learning. Why we need reinforcement? So we learned what is reinforcement from the trial and error. So Tesla using reinforcement learning to stimulate real driving. Otherwise, what will happen? Every time it will make accident. So previously there are a lot of accidents of Tesla, but then what they try to do? They stimulate real world driving scenario and train the model and adjust the model based on reinforcement learning. And deep learning. How deep learning? So deep learning, there are different algorithms. So imagine that when you are driving a car with 100 km/h, there are sensors, everywhere sensors. So sensors has to get the data and it's a live streaming data. Then you have to make the prediction based on the analysis. So it's a complex job. So it can only done by deep learning, and also image recognition and prediction. So there are multiple vehicles, different images, and different objectives, road signs, and safety navigation. So all the things, the different road sites. As an image, it has to capture and make prediction. So here, the deep learning help on that part. So this is from the test, all components are connected. Okay, let's go with our next case study. So next case study is, we all heard this recently. It's a big, huge topic, Google Gemini. So earlier we heard about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, after ChatGPT only everyone talk about that AI and generative AI kind of words. Then Google introduced Google Bard. So after that they introduced Google Gemini, which is a multimodal. Multimodal means we can use text, audio, video, or any natural process, whatever the subcomponent of AI we can use to, even we can get the answer, or we can interact with them. It will create the audio for us. It will create images for us. That's called multimodal, multi-language model. So let's see how this Gemini works. Can you hear the audio?
Let's start. All right, testing Gemini. Here we go.
Anyone hearing? Are you hearing audio of the? Am I audible?
Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Enatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yatsu? Yatsu.
It is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high-level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There's no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history. You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth. A dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some ideas for what I could make with this.
I see pink and green yarn. How about a dragon fruit? Or how about a green cake with a pink heart?
Okay, how about these colors? And maybe show me some animals.
Okay, now I see blue and pink yarn. How about a pig with blue ears? Or an octopus? Or a bunny with a pink nose?
Ooh, I'll keep those in mind. Which way should the duck go?
Going left leads to a duck, which is a friend. Going right leads to a bear, which is a foe. It is better to make friends than foes, so the duck should go left.
Smart choice.
This is a picture of a crab.
Right. Is this the right order?
No, the correct order is Sun, Earth, Saturn.
Based on the design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
Which looks more fun?
The one on the right, because it has a loop.
What do you think this person might be saying?
How about a woohoo?
Ooh, I love that.
I see you're drawing a guitar. You added an amp. Now it's an electric guitar. We can make some seriously loud music now. Given that you added drums, how about some 80s hair metal? Alright, I see you've added a palm tree to the drawing. Change it up with some beachy vibes.
What movie are they acting out here?
I think they're acting out the famous bullet time scene from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice. What do you think might happen next?
The cat is going to jump to the wall and stick the landing. It's going to be a perfect 10. Oh, and it's a miss. It looks like it was just a little too far away. But don't worry, the cat is the natural athlete and it will be back up there in no time.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini. You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice. That's it. I think we're done.
Hope you enjoy the video. And okay, now we come to the applications. How the AI with Gemini. So why we need, what happened in the video, what you watch? It's a problem solving. So if you ask any question, it will give the answer. So reasoning and problem solving is it's a part of human. It's done by Gemini. And also adaptability and multimodality. So human can speak and listen, and so even we can numerical data, text and everything we can analyze. So same like the Gemini can do any analysis based on audio, video and text. So here, there are a lot of information, the huge information processing and solving problem within different domain knowledge. So domain knowledge is very important because each and every domain has different set of distinct questions and problems. So everything has to learn and understand the domain first. So that's a kind of generating different creative text and translating languages and answering questions. So this is the target of AI. As a Gemini as AI, it's a target. So what happened to machine learning? Here, machine learning help to model training and fine tuning and algorithm of selection. Because if you're asking text, it's a different algorithm. If you're asking in voice, it's a different algorithm. So when you want to create an image, it's a different algorithm. So model training, it's a machine learning algorithms drives the training process. So in Gemini, you can see there are even supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforced learning, and also transfer learning. So there are many learning techniques they are using to teach the Gemini to answer, understand, and respond. Because Gemini want to understand first what you are asking, and it has to respond to each and every questions from you. And also different algorithms. There are many algorithms, and it has to decide which algorithm is best one for the efficiency and performance. So this is happened in machine learning. And deep learning, we are using neural network architectures called transformers. So transform is a specific deep learning architecture designed for this kind of large language models, and it interact relationship between data. So it's a translation, text generation, and captioning, image captioning. See, these all are happening with this deep learning. And what happened here? So these images are generated by Google Gemini. And last month, Google paused AI generation image because of the ethnicity criticism. Because when people generate some images of German soldier, and the Gemini gives some different colors, so that is not acceptable, and it's a false information, even though some other historical pictures are with different images. That's happened because of poor data acquisition and feature engineering. That's how the data science helping us to do. So data science in Gemini is help to data acquisition and processing, and data analysis and insights, and feature engineering. So feature engineering is very important here. So that's because of that mistake only that images are come with different colors. So you have to extract relevant features from the data, and you have to teach the model, let the model learn the correct features. And also data analysis. So there are different metrics to analyze the data and analyze the performance of model. And also it is not like a simple text-based system. It's a huge data set, text, code, even you can do programming and audio, images, and video. So you have to clean properly and structure it very nicely to present it. So because whatever the question you ask, it has to understand the context and it has to give the answer. So here, the data science part is very important for any AI solution to give a proper solution. Okay, here we comes to the third application of artificial intelligence in agriculture.
So we talked about groceries. The food we buy off the shelf, of course, is all cultivated and grown on farms. And if we head to India, 50% of the workforce are employed in agriculture, and a growing population, now 1.4 billion, are dependent on the crops produced. But traditional methods are now making way for new technology that promise promises to make farms more efficient, productive and profitable thanks to artificial intelligence. Archana Shukla reports.
For generations, Indian farms have been sown and tilled only with traditional know-how. But some like Nitin Patil are trying out something different. With sensor devices on his vineyard that check weather and soil health and uses artificial intelligence to figure out when to water the crops, add fertilizer and tackle pests. Nitin then receives a precise advisory on a mobile app.
This vineyard where we are now, it has no groundwater sources, and we are growing these wines with the water that we purchase from outside tankers. With the help of this AI data, we are now able to irrigate them only at the crucial stage, and that's helping us to save around 50% of the water that we used to give before.
Built in India's Silicon Valley, Bangalore by startup Fossil Agritech, the service has led to a near 25% boost in productivity on crops like grapes and guavas.
Informed decision making is only one part of the solution to improve productivity, but weeding out inefficiencies in the existing age-old agricultural practices is also crucial.
AI-powered robots offer a solution. This one is equipped with precision cameras that scan the ground in real time, programmed to avoid wasteful spraying.
The way spraying is done in India is on an acre level, and our mission is to boil that down into a plant level decision making. Just by spraying only on the plant, we are seeing a 56% savings.
Improved rural digital connectivity and government support for agri-tech startups has pushed farm innovations. But even now, just 2% cultivators use tech in farming.
We really need to enable the digital public infrastructure. And second is going to be public-private partnerships. India will always be resource constrained. We possibly are perhaps lowest in the yield level. We possibly are pretty much constrained on finance and insurance services for the farmers. And that's where the gap needs to be filled up with AI.
Data-driven agriculture promises profitability, but will need considerable time and investment to reach majority of India's farmers. Archana Shukla, BBC News, Bangalore.
So we talk about groceries, the food we buy off.
Okay. In this example, why we need AI for agriculture? So very important part is decision making. So we have to make decision because everything is changed, climate change, and resources are limited. So we have to have an effective decision support system for a farming. So that's what AI come into play. So here we have to analyze the data in real time, and we have to personalize recommendation because each different areas, different geographics, and different fertilizers application and pest control. So then we have to have a personal recommendation. So that is only for the mass scale we can't do as a human, because with the traditional agriculture we can do some extent, but to effective agriculture with this current state, we have to have a AI, and also we have to have a optimization algorithm, how to allocate resources, how decision making, how to improve the efficiency, and how to do the cost reduction. So this is the reason the AI come into the agriculture. Then machine learning. So machine learning, we are using both supervised and unsupervised learning. So machine learning models, we know what is supervised and what is unsupervised. So with a supervised learning, we are training the machine to predict the crop yields and recommend best practices and identify potential risk and pest and disease, because for the seasonal, how the season changes and what happened during the past, from the history they learn. And also unsupervised learning, we are using the uncover hidden patterns of data, how we can optimize the combination of higher yield and more personalized recommendation to the farmers. So when come to the deep learning will help with the image recognition and predictive modeling, because from the crops we can take the photos using mobile phone and drones, and we can identify the pest, any disease, specific disease, or any interventions, timely interventions we can do based on that. So that will help with deep learning. And also predictive modeling. So predictive modeling, we can have a more accurate predictions for market prices and weather patterns and empowering farmers. So this will help to help with only deep learning in the farming. So currently, the AI-enabled sustainable agriculture is a key solution to climate change. So not only in India, because India is the biggest country, agriculture country in the world, not only in India, there are a lot of other countries are using AI to fight against the climate change. And even you can go to the YouTube and there are many resources, how they are tackle this climate change with AI drones, and how they are doing the deep learning and machine learning. So here in data science, there are important part of data science in this AI, data acquisition and feature engineering and data visualization. So why we need data visualization here? Because farmers, they don't understand what is artificial intelligence, what is deep learning, machine learning, but they can understand only their language. So to make the complex with a simple illustration, simple communication, we need to use data visualization. That also part of the data science. Also, we have to have data acquisition pre-processing, because if you are getting the images of pest and also crops, you have to have soil, weather conditions. So there are a lot of data. So you have to have quality data to as an input to make it quality output. Okay. So you must know this gentleman who is Elon Musk. So he warned that AI is a fundamental risk of the existence of human civilization. Why? But he is the leader in the AI innovation. Even OpenAI is a company founder. He's a founder. Also, Tesla and SpaceX, Ola. He is the CEO and owner of the companies. Because always we have to remember, garbage in is garbage out. Not only for the AI, it's also for human. Because when you are having a good quality data, your AI model accuracy is high. Even AI can do some good thing with the good data. So if you are feeding the bad data, the AI will do the bad thing. That's also possible. So that's how the data science play an important role to make a quality data, to increase the AI model accuracy, to feed the data to machine learning and deep learning algorithm to learn and predict to help AI. So conclusion, we can see the AI, the dream of intelligent machine. So that's AI. So AI is at the goal, guiding the model towards intelligent behavior and reasoning. So mainly what we are looking from the AI is intelligent behavior like human, and reasoning and decision making. And machine learning is the essence of AI. So machine learning drives the engine, training the model and perform specific tasks. And deep learning, unleashing the power of neural network. As we learn as a human brain, mimic the human brain and enable the model to process information, generate, respond effectively. So machine learning is high effective than deep learning is high effective than machine learning in some extent, some situations what we learn. And data science, the art of extracting insight from data. So data science is provide the fuel, preparing the data for learning. So that's the conclusion of the presentation. Thank you. So any questions, answers, we can have any questions?
Yes,
members can ask questions before wind up the session.
So no question. So I just this is just an introduction because this is since this is a public lecture, we have to I just come with the as much as possible. I use non-technical terms and videos to give an overview of this concept. So, Engineer Dushyanta, are you there?
Yes. I think we can give some time for our members to ask questions. If not, we can wind up session. Anyway, we'll wait a couple of minutes for them to prepare any question if they have.
Okay, thank you very much. There's no any questions. Okay, thank you.
Okay, since we have come to the end of the session, with the interest of time only, we can conclude the session. First of all, I should thank Engineer Dr. Prashantan for his valuable presentation. It was a very informative and very useful one. He uses well updated information to conduct this program and presentation. I'm sure he has spent years and years to gather this knowledge, and he was very humble enough to summarize all the information he had for a 2-hour session and deliver for us. So I think he is a leading scientist in data science area who is studying by his own and doing a lot of researches by his own. So he is a bright scientist and a researcher in this area. So we are very much privileged to have him today. And on behalf of Electrical, Electronic and Telecommunication Engineering Sectional Committee, I should thank him for his valuable time he spent with us.